Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me on WellnessKE. My name is Fatma. Here on WellnessKE, we always love to share videos that are going to help you and in ways that you can be able to improve your reproductive health as a woman. Today, I'd like to talk to you about 4 causes of fibroids you probably don't know about. So keep watching. So if you've clicked on this video, then you'd like to learn more about the causes of fibroids that you probably don't know about. Before we get into the conversation, please make sure that you hit that like button, because liking this video is going to make sure that YouTube suggests it to more women. That way they can be able to benefit from this information. Also, while you're at it, make sure that you click on the subscribe button. That way you'll know every single time we post a new video. So let's get started. So here are 4 causes of fibroids you probably don't know about. First off, let me mention that fibroids happen to be benign tumors that are located in or on the uterus. Fibroids are actually benign tumors, but that does not mean that they don't cause havoc in a woman's life. As you know, I've had fibroids. I've actually had over 23 fibroids removed. And because of the fibroids, I ended up having a condition known as deep vein thrombosis, which is a blood clot in the leg. So it's very important for women who have fibroids to listen to this information. That way, they don't end up suffering from other complications due to the fibroids. So there are 4 reasons that women tend to have fibroids, and not many people share these reasons, and I'd like to share them with you. The first one happens to be when a woman naturally produces excess levels of estrogen. So estrogen is a sex hormone. It's known as the female hormone because it's responsible for breast development. It's also responsible for menstruation. Estrogen is also responsible for pregnancy, cognitive function. It's responsible for setting the body's temperature and things like that. So it's a very, very important sex hormone. But the thing is, some women naturally tend to produce excess levels of this hormone known as estrogen. So in this particular situation, it's very important for women that naturally tend to produce high levels of estrogen to actually make sure that they have a hormone test done. That means going into the hospital, talking to your doctor and asking them if you could do a hormone test. That way, when they do recommend it, then you know your levels of estrogen every single time. This is going to be very beneficial to you because high levels of estrogen tend to cause overgrowth. Estrogen is a hormone that is responsible for growth and development. So that means when you have it in excess, then you're going to have excess growth, which leads to overgrowth. This might lead to fibroids, it might lead to endometriosis, and so forth. Estrogen in excess is also responsible for 80% of breast cancer cases. So women who have high levels of estrogen, or who tend to produce high levels of estrogen, unfortunately later on in their late 40s or 50s or 60s tend to actually have or develop breast cancer cells. So ladies, it's very important for you, if you find out that you do produce high levels of estrogen, to make sure that you get a hormone test done, find out your levels of estrogen, and also once you know your levels of estrogen, do the right thing. That means you can start by improving your diet, you can start by including some fitness in your day-to-day life, you can start by doing some brisk walks, some yoga, some meditation to de-stress, because all these factors tend to affect our hormones. It's very important for us as women to do this, especially for the women who tend to produce lots of estrogen naturally. So for women who tend to produce excess levels of estrogen, we have a solution for you. It's very important for you to make sure that you also improve your diet and your nutrition. So we have a 30-day nutrition plan here at WellnessKE known as the Hormone Balancing Nutrition Plan that's actually going to help you in making sure that you balance your hormones naturally. This is because the moment you do this, then you speak a certain language to your body and you tell it to make sure that it produces the hormone estrogen in the right amount or the right dosage. So make sure that you reach out to us so that you can sign up for the 30-day nutrition plan and you can be able to kickstart your healthy hormone journey with us today. Let's move on to the second reason. So the second reason for fibroids happens to be diet. Diet plays an 80% role in how your body looks and feels. This means that poor diet will lead to poor health, and that also applies to fibroids. A diet that's high in high sugar foods, or a diet that's high in refined carbohydrates like white rice, white bread, white pasta, white ugali, a diet that's also high in sugary foods, sugary beverages, cookies, pastries, snacks, junk food. Also, high sodium is one big notorious factor that affects women who have fibroids. So foods that are also high in sodium, or they sneak in that extra sodium in your potato crisps, or all the snacks that you like that are savory and salty, these foods actually tend to raise your levels of estrogen. Also, alcohol is one factor that you need to watch out for, because it does affect the hormone levels in your body. So women who tend to indulge in this type of diet tend to actually have a higher chance of developing fibroids. So because of this reason, we started the 30-day nutrition plan so that it can be able to assist you when it comes to your diet and your nutrition. There are some women right now who are on the 30-day nutrition plan who have mentioned that within the first week, they've actually noticed some change when it comes to their bodies, when it comes to stubborn hormonal weight. Because sometimes you find that because of high levels of estrogen, women do tend to put on a lot of weight, and it's stubborn weight that you cannot lose. You can't seem to lose this weight. I know this because when I had fibroids, this was something I suffered with. Every time I would hit the gym, I would train, I would literally lose inches, but not necessarily the weight. And you'll hear so many women talking about this. And that's why we actually started the 30-day nutrition plan, to actually help you when it comes to your nutrition. Ladies, this part is very important, because sometimes when you talk about diet and nutrition, and when we talk about fibroids, sometimes we don't necessarily want to hear the truth. We want to just one pill that can be able to dissolve the fibroids and get rid of them. But anyone that tells you that there's a pill that does that is probably lying to you. You have to actually do the work, and the work starts from the ground up. You have to build your body with proper food and nutrition. And on the 30-day nutrition plan, you actually get to learn how to eat healthy for life. Meaning, even when you're off the plan, even when you're done with it for 30 days, you actually have learned how to properly eat so that you can be able to balance your hormones. So foods such as cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, also leafy greens are very essential when it comes to your diet and nutrition. Let's not forget nuts and seeds, and also fruit. All these foods are supposed to show up in your diet, so make sure that you add them onto your diet. Here at WellnessKE, we actually have these products like our nuts and seeds, some sesame seeds. Flax seeds are actually really essential when it comes to dealing with excess estrogen. So it's very important that you switch your diet and nutrition so that you can be able to balance your hormones naturally and avoid fibroids. So let's move on to the third reason, or the third cause of fibroid you probably don't know about. And the third one is poor detoxification pathway for estrogen. So here's the thing. Estrogen as a hormone is supposed to be released in certain amounts, and it's also supposed to be excreted, meaning you're supposed to get rid of it from your body. But some women tend to have poor detoxification pathways for estrogen, and because of this, they tend to develop fibroids. This is a factor that we all have to consider as women, and I'll share something very important with you. Most women who have poor detoxification pathways for estrogen tend to suffer from one common problem, which is constipation. So one of the sure ways that you can know you actually are getting rid of the excess estrogen from your body is when you have regular bowel movement. An effective way for you to get rid of excess estrogen happens to be through pooping. So you have to make sure that you have regular bowel movement. Ladies, if you wake up in the morning and you don't have regular bowel movement first thing in the morning, in the middle of the day, or even towards the end of the day, then know that something there is missing. Also, women who have fibroids tend to suffer from constipation for this particular reason. So it's important for you to actually fix that. And you actually need healthy foods in your diet so that you can be able to have regular bowel movement. So foods that are high in fiber are going to help you with that. So ditch your refined carbohydrates like the white rice and white ugali and your white bread, and switch to a more healthy source of carbohydrates like your brown bread, that's whole wheat bread. You also need to switch to foods like oats, which are going to be high in fiber. You also need leafy greens and fruit. They are high in fiber. And if you're someone that's always on the go, you can add smoothies onto your diet, because smoothies are very healthy for you and they're also loaded with fiber. A moringa smoothie is also one of the best ways for you to add fiber into your diet and also pack all those nutrients into one. I mean, there's a reason why moringa is known as the miracle tree. So if you'd like to know one sure delicious recipe that's actually going to help you with that, we're going to link a video right here so that you can be able to know how to prepare that moringa smoothie. This is going to help you in also making sure that you add some healthy foods onto your diet first thing in the morning, and also you can get that regular bowel movement that's going to help you in making sure that you have a proper pathway to detoxify the excess estrogen from your body. This is very essential, ladies. And now let's move on to the final reason or cause of fibroid you probably don't know about, and that is estrogen from external factors. These are known as xenoestrogens. So what are xenoestrogens? First of all, there are some products that we use every single day in our day-to-day lives, like cleaning products, skincare products, makeup, even cooking utensils, and so forth. And these products, unfortunately, tend to have certain chemicals in them. And these chemicals end up mimicking estrogen in our body. So they end up acting like the estrogen that already is existent in our bodies. And because when they come into contact with us, they mimic estrogen, they end up increasing the amount of estrogen that we have, meaning we naturally have estrogen. Then we have these products that tend to increase the amount of estrogen in our bodies. So because of this factor, most women who have fibroids or who develop fibroids tend to develop the fibroids because these chemicals mimic estrogen. They end up having excess estrogen and they end up having a lot of toxins in their bodies. So high levels of toxins in the bodies actually causes fibroids. So it's very important for a woman who has fibroids or a woman who has just had a fibroid surgery and is looking to live a healthy life and not have a reoccurrence. It's very important for you to actually lead a zero toxic life, if not a low toxic life. And how can you do that? It's important for you to support your liver when it comes to detoxification. Your liver is the primary organ that's actually supposed to detoxify your body. So the liver has this primary function to make sure that it gets rid of toxins from the body. But unfortunately, because of all these products in the environment that are doing us more harm than good, your liver ends up being, beaten up because of all the toxins that it comes into contact with. So what you need to do is to support liver function. Support the functioning of your liver so that it can do an even better job at detoxifying your body. So ladies, if you have fibroids or if you've just had a fibroid surgery and you do not want to have a reoccurrence, it's important for you to make sure that you support liver function. This is because we're not quite sure the type of products that we come into contact with, and especially for us women, we wear makeup, we use skincare products in our hair, products in the environment, even aerosols, some of them that we spray in the environment, insecticides and pesticides, even GMO foods, genetically modified foods are also notorious. So we really wanted to have a good webinar that's going to be able to benefit all of you so that you can learn about these products and the chemicals that are in these products and how they affect you. And so if you really are interested in that, make sure that you look out for that link to that webinar so that you can learn more and you can know about some of the things that you expose yourself to every day. Who knows, maybe these are the products that are actually exposing you and making you more susceptible to having fibroids. So what's a good way for you to do a proper liver detox? Well, one of the easiest ways is green tea. So green tea happens to be this magical tea. It actually is a herb that is essential for detoxification. So you can actually get into a habit of taking green tea. Matcha green tea is what we have here at WellnessKE, and you can actually take green tea every single day so that you can be able to help and support your liver. You can also add turmeric tea to your diet because it's going to lower inflammation and keep disease away, and that's what you're looking for, especially if you're struggling with fibroids. You also want to add more herbal teas like moringa, which, as I mentioned, is a miracle tree. It's a miracle herb that is a gift given to us by God. It's found in nature. In its own state, it can help you in improving your health. So make sure that you look out for these products because they are going to help you in making sure that you improve your health and also in making sure that you alleviate the fibroid symptoms. Currently, we have so many women who are using our herbal teas and our products, some of our organic seeds, so that they can actually improve their health and also alleviate the fibroid symptoms. It's important also for me to mention that high levels of estrogen tend to cause issues like painful menstruation, which is dysmenorrhea, also heavy period, also clots in the period, also blood clots or thrombosis. It could be deep vein thrombosis or pulmonary embolism, which is a blood clot in the lungs. I even have women who have reached out who have had blood clots in the intestines, in the stomach, and this is due to fibroids. So ladies, it's very important because this particular issue of blood clots is actually quite dangerous and the survival rate is very low. I really feel like it's important for us to understand our hormone health, and that's the only way we can be able to make changes from the ground up. So there you have it. These are the 4 reasons and causes of fibroids that you probably didn't know about. If you found this video helpful, please make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure that you tell us in the comment section what you benefited from through this video. And don't forget to let us know if you'd like to place your orders for our products and you'd like to sign up for our 30-day nutrition plan. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. My name is Fatma. Bye.